Okay, welcome back to the second section. In our first section for today's class, we actually look at some of the basic settings that you need to do. Okay, we talk about setting from your option, okay, and then also setting your working time. Okay, that is creating your new calendar and many other, and setting the exceptional days that we're not going to work. Okay, we have project information which will specify the exact starting days of the project. All right, so we've done that in our first session for this today's class. All right, so we are going to do proper scheduling of what we did in our last in our yesterday class. We do some scheduling, but we do it without any basic settings or any settings at all on project management. All right. So I'll go to the tasks. All right. Now, yesterday, if you look at the sequence that we use, we have site preparation, right? Which is the first option. Okay. So now, first of all, before the site preparation, let's assume the project that you want to actually execute is 2-bedroom. So I can just say, let's say 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom project. Okay. Now that is to say, other projects are going to be under this 2-bedroom, right? Okay. Let me remove this so that let me delete the first row there so that you have this at the first. So the same way you actually operate Microsoft Word, or the same way we operate Microsoft Excel, that's what is applicable here. Okay. So anything that you do to Excel column, most of them actually function here. All right. So I'll put it on auto schedule. Okay. Specifying we have already from the setting, we have already specified that we are starting on Monday. Okay. We are starting on Monday. That's how we have 4th. Okay. All right. So now this is the project itself. So I can decide to change the color. Okay. Can start to change the color. Then the next item is now the next item is or the first sequence or the first task is site preparation or documentation, depending on what you are doing. Okay, site preparation. All right. Now, one thing here, I'll put it on auto. Okay. Now, the site preparation is under 2-bedroom. Okay. So now I'll click on this icon up here, indent. All right. I'll click on this indent so that it now shows that, okay, this site preparation is under bedroom project. Okay. So I'll click. So as you can see, you see that it's hide inside this. All right. So the same thing, so that every project that you're going to do here now is going to fall inside this particular indent. Okay. So I'll click here now, and then I click on, let's say after site preparation, we have foundation. Okay, we have foundation. Or we can just say substructure or foundation. Let me just use substructure. Substructure. Okay, so the substructure is also indent. Okay, to that place. Now, under the substructure, we have maybe excavation or site clearance. Okay, let's say excavation. Okay, so I have excavation. Now the excavation is indent, right? So I will click here and then indent this. Now, look at what I just did. Substructure is under 2-bedroom, right? And then the excavation now is also under 2-bedroom, but it's still under substructure. So I will still go and make it auto schedule, right? So now if I click on this arrow here, you see that it summarizes it, it entered into the substructure, and then you can expand it back. If you click on this, the whole project will close up, right? Or will minimize. Okay. Now, for example, let's assume you are a project manager that you are managing a quite number of projects, maybe in different locations, in different states and all that. You can use one place to actually manage your whole project, that's possibly in the year, by grouping them like this. So if you have your 2-bedroom project, and then possibly you have another project, maybe renovation of so place in the different locations and all that, you can now be able to manage all the projects from the same platform or the same environment. Okay, so I'll go down. Then we have excavation on the substructure, and then we have blinding as well. Just as well, after excavation, we have blinding. Okay, we have blinding. Okay, and then blinding is under substructure. I'll make it auto schedule, and then you can also insert column. Okay, so that you'll be seeing this WBS breakdown, because this is a WBS breakdown. This is what we call the WBS breakdown. Okay, this is what breakdown structures, right? So you can insert a column here so that you'll be seeing the arrangements. Okay, so I'll insert column, and then I can just search for WBS. Okay, so I'll put WBS. So you see, this is a WBS arrangement. Now, for example, our first one is 1, then site preparation is 1.1, then substructure is 1.2, then the excavation and the blinding under the substructure is 1.2.1. Okay, and then this is 1.2.2. So after excavation, which other after blinding, which other stuff we do? Let's assume we say block work in foundation. Block work in foundation. Block work in foundation. Okay. Right. So now, block work in foundation is still under substructure. Okay. And then all this we have not started specifying any duration. Now let's assume our site preparation take 2 days. Okay, and then we are starting on Monday, and then we leave the excavation of 2-bedroom can take up to let's say 3 days or 2 days, depend on the manpower. Okay, and then now is excavation of a 2-bedroom, is it going to be that you have to do your site preparation before you do the excavation, or you can do it concurrently, or you can maybe after 2 days or 3 days, you can actually continue. So this, we say that, okay, if you want it to move concurrently, I can link it through by dragging here and then move it to this place. So that it shows that, okay, the site preparation has to finish before excavation, all right? And then if I go to the blinding, we can say, okay, the blinding also should finish before the excavation, and then the blinding take us 2 days, okay? And then block with foundation can also come after the blinding, and then the blinding take us, the site block work foundation take us, let's say 2 days as well, or 3 days, as the case may be. All right. So now what I want to show you now, you can see the summary task. Yesterday we talked about the summary task. You can see the summary. Okay, and then you can see the project here, and then under the substructure you can see the substructure as a summary task as well. And then if you add these days, number of days under the substructure together, it will give you 8 days. And then the total days for the whole project is 10 days. So now if you finish your schedule, discover that the software automatically give you the number, the total duration on that project title column. Okay, so now let's say we continue. Let's assume we have finished every item under substructure. Okay, and then we want to go back to superstructure, right? So I'll click here. Okay, and then I'll type superstructure. 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 Now, if I type superstructure now, what I need to do is, if I click here, it shows that the superstructure is under substructure, right? So how do we resolve that? So I'll click here, okay, and then I'll click on outdent. Okay, so I'll outdent it. Now, based on the fact that I've done it now, the superstructure is no longer under substructure, right? So now if I come to, but the superstructure is under 2-bedroom project. So now if I come under the superstructure, let's assume I say let's say block work. Let's say block work. Block work. All right. Now, then I'll go to auto mode, and I'll click on this, and then I'll indent this. So now immediately I indent this now, the block work will now automatically enter under the superstructure. So and then it creates another summary bar here. Okay, and then it continues all other items under superstructure. Let's assume block work, possibly maybe plastering or rendering. Either plastering or rendering. Let's assume them use rendering. Okay. Now it's also enter under superstructure. Okay, and I can specify the duration from here. Okay, and I can specify the duration, and then you can link it with this. You can also specify if you want it to start concurrently. We actually arrange that just for you to select the date that you want it to start. Okay, you can play around with this is so. I think this actually give you a brief, a good explanation how you can actually arrange your project one by one. Okay, as you can see, we have all the all the bars that we have here. Okay, and then we have all the summary bar, and then the summary tags and all that. Okay, then as I said, from predecessor, you can actually choose all the linkage of the predecessor based on the link. Okay, and then another thing again is that you can assign resources to your tasks. Okay, so if I expand this, I'll see the bar for the resources. So you can expand resources, can reduce it. Okay, can reduce all this. All right. So now let's assume assigning resources has to do with either material resources or human resources, okay? So let's assume site preparation. Site preparation, maybe within your project, you have individual that is in charge of preparing site or do all the logistics or all the site preparation for the project. You can impute by typing the person's name. Let's assume Mr. K. Okay, Mr. K is in charge of site preparation. So you have already assigned Mr. K to handle site preparation. So if you actually design this and then place it in your office, everybody know his function, that okay, you are in charge of this, so you have made sure that site preparation is done within 2 days, and it is clearly stated. So you don't actually need to explain anything to anybody. You have prepared this and then bring them, place it in the office or place in the site so that they will actually see what you have done. Okay, either office, site, depend on the project that you are handling. As I said, must not be a construction project before you can apply project management or using MS project. Okay, so now let's assume we are Mr. K is handling this. Okay, site preparation is Mr. K. Okay, which is Mr. K. And then the same thing under the site preparation again, we need a vehicle, which is maybe you have a vehicle number, maybe V20 as one of your vehicle number. All right, you can click OK and then see that it's added. So Mr. John, you are using vehicle number V20 to actually handle this site preparation. Okay, and then you go to excavation. All right, excavation, you can also apply Mr. D. Mr. D is the one that is under charge preparation, and then for excavation, right, possibly you need an excavator. You need an excavator to actually do that, depending on the size of the project and then the equipment that you have. You need an excavator to do that. Okay, and then possibly you need vehicle, let's say V21, okay, to actually handle it, and then any other resources that is needed for him to actually achieve that goal or to actually complete that task at a specified duration or as a required duration. Okay, and as we are imputing those things, it will be displayed on the Gantt charts. Okay, so this is a general overview of how you can properly organize your tasks, assign resources, and possibly do your WBS. Okay, now when you talk about project tracking, okay, now project tracking is ability for you to actually relate the projects that you have. That's what you have on the MS project with what is actually going on the ground. So if you say as a project manager, you have already specified that okay, site preparation should take 2 days and it's starting on Monday and it's ending on Tuesday. And then it happens that on Monday, they actually do not start any preparation for the site, or on Tuesday, they did not finish site preparation, then you know that you are behind schedule. Okay, and then it has to do with, that is why you need to actually consider the critical part of the project, so that you actually put that into consideration, so that you do not actually delay anything that has to do with the critical part for any project that fall in that aspect. Okay, so I believe this actually gives you a good understanding of how you can probably arrange. Okay, we have the summary tags as well. We have the summary. You can as well summarize this the same way that I'm using an indent to actually arrange this. You can possibly have your whole project. Let's assume I don't have all these things here. Okay, let's assume I don't have all these things here. continue deleting the superstructure. Yes, I delete them. Okay. And then all this, if you delete all of them now, you see that the project is gone because you actually grouped them. Okay, you actually grouped all of them. But let's assume if I want to ungroup it, I click and then I'll indent it. Okay, I'll indent all of them. Okay, I'll dent them from I'll dent all of them from the project site itself, right? So now let's assume we have this. Okay, and that is to say you did not actually group. I'll dent this also. Okay, I'll dent this. So all of them, every project is the same now. There's no any of the project that is under anyone. So now let's assume you have already prepared all this. And then you discover that you did not group them, you actually need to group them. So how do you do that? For example, I have this as a substructure, right? So I can highlight this. I can highlight this too. Okay, under the superstructure, and then I'll click on summary. Okay, so you see, we have it as a summary, so I can type, okay, I can type the superstructure here. Superstructure. Superstructure. All right. So now, as you can see, these two, sorry, it was not properly highlighted. So let me undo to take me back again. I'll highlight these two, all right? And then I click on summary. Okay, so these two have entered under the superstructure. So I can write the superstructure. Superstructure. Structure. Okay, so now you have indent this. This is 8 and it's 8.1 and 8.2. So the same way that you do your indent from the beginning, you can actually do your job and then indent all of them. For example, like I can now remove this superstructure now because I don't need them, so I can delete stats. Okay, and then excavation and block working foundation, they are under substructure. So I can just group it that way, and then I write substructure. Substructure. Okay, and then I'll do that. So you see, this is under substructure, this is under superstructure. All right. Then I can remove this. I can delete this tags now. So I can still group the whole project. Okay. And then I'll still call it, which is the group name, which is the project name. Okay, I can still call it 2-bedroom. Two-bedroom project. All right. So I'll go and then I don't need this any longer. So I delete this. Okay. So now if I click here, you see that all the projects are under this 2-bedroom, and then it has been rearranged based on the WBS arrangement for like the former method that we followed. So you can use any of these methods to actually arrange your tasks or your projects so that you can actually monitor your project, and you can manage them very well the way it's supposed to be. So you can change the color, or you can use this to change to any color that you want to be. You can boot, you can utilize, you can underline and all that, like the normal Microsoft and all that you have used. Okay, so this is how you can actually run your schedule, okay, probably without any confusions. Okay, so I think this is how with this you can actually produce any schedule that you're supposed to handle as a project manager. Okay, but if you have any question after going through this project, after going through this training, you can actually ask your questions. Okay, tomorrow we're going to look at the reports. Okay, and then the printing. Okay, you know how to generate your report and then get your printout for your schedule. Okay, thank you very much for this section and hope to meet you tomorrow by 3 p.m.